Desam alleges bosom of nepotism, reveals yet another irregularity in evaluation of HSLC examination 2018 paper. People remember naked protests by 12 Manipuri women in front of Kangla Gate against atrocities by security forces under AFSPA as Anti-Repression Day. And a Regional Institute of Medical Sciences RIMS observes National Plastic Surgery Day today. RIMS Director Professor A. Santa announces Burn Center will be opened shortly. Kurumjari, good evening. You're watching Primetime English News. And I'm Victoria Rajkumari, bringing you the latest updates. First up, Desam revealed yet another irregularity in evaluation of HSLC examination 2018 paper. The student union has submitted another charge against Board of Secondary Education Manipur BOSM with regard to manipulation of answer scripts by the head examiner. Alleging BOSM of nepotism, Desam has urged the government to form an inquiry committee headed by a retired IAS officer and dismiss the inefficient head examiner, chairman in charge of BOSM, secretary and controllers who are involved in the act. Speaking to media persons, Secretary General of the Student Union, Sheetal Oinam, maintained that a student was marked as failed but turned out to be a first divisioner after re-evaluation. He said, in addition to the manipulation of marks for the fourth position holder of the recent Class 10 board examination, the answer script of Thokchom Einstein from Grace Academy, another student potential of securing a position, was also found to be full of anomalies. Criticizing the conduct of BOSM, Sheetal urged the government to intervene and save the education department from further degradation. Desam further warned of adopting various forms of agitation if the government fails to undertake adequate actions.
Angang asi mark tara hek magi phangiba mark sida mark tara hapada ma rank chen bangang ni magi question number si series ta hekta mathang manau naina mark si ama kakpa ani kakpa ahum kakpa loina kaktat pirame aduga kakpagi maram amadi proof puthokte masisu examiner si ngibo jadona yam mayek sengna tik tobidana mark si phun piramba ikoi thengnaje sigumba soiba ranba mayam masi retired IAS officer amana siamba du inquiry committee tuna thijallaga masiga sumaran puthokadobani loinana board of secondary education manipur gi hauji chairman in charge oriba secretary controller makung mathang lairiba lusingba singasi manipur government na athubu matamda lakhokuna hairiba lusingba singasi makhatana lehenba yaroi head examiner oikiba coordinator oikiba kesida wathok oibasida chenariba wajasing makhatana board amadi council gi competition oiba thabaksingda yawba sungai yaroi.
People today remembered the naked protest by 12 Manipuri women in front of the Kangla Gate against the atrocities meted out to the people of Manipur by security forces under the Armed Forces Special Power Act AFSPA as Anti-Repression Day. The women who staged the protests were revered at the event organized by Observation Committee Anti-Repression Day at the multi-purpose hall of Maharaj Bodhachandra College in Palace Compound today. Floral tributes were offered to the portraits of the two of the protesters who passed away on the occasion. It may be recalled that Thangjom Manorama from Bhamon Kampu was arrested by Assam Rifles on the intervening night of July 10 and 11 in 2004, and she was brutally raped and killed. The 12 women in retaliation staged a naked protest near the western gate of the Kangla on July 15, 2004. Speaking on the occasion, President of AMKIL, P.H. Shaki, stated that Manipur has been bearing the atrocities of security forces under AFSPA and that murderers of Thangjom Manorama are not being punished. She questioned why the Chief Minister of Manipur is still unable to repeal AFSPA from the state when the Draconian Act has been repealed from Tripura. Representatives of several organizations and MEDA-PIB members from different parts of the state attended the event.
Monoramagi ex Asia khara phangkiba khaktani mangonda tawikhiba otkhiba naikhiba deten tawba nupi amada mi amada tawhang thoktraba nongaina thokrabna kapaga hatokpa nattaba kadino haifang khangdraba thabak adogi tawkhriba siphai sing ado dandi phangdri ngasi phawba aduna Manipur da ek asna atoki matik sathi na ha otki kari ki tamakta Tripura gi sem na chief minister na aspal thopadi ngamaga ai khoi gi Manipur gi sem na kari gi tamakta aspa si lokthokwa ngamdri bano.
Regional Institute of Medical Sciences RIMS, in collaboration with Rotary Club of Imphal, observed National Plastic Surgery Day on the theme Restore Life After Burn in front of OPD counter RIMS today. Speaking on the occasion, RIMS Director Professor A. Santa announced that a burn center will be opened at RIMS shortly. He emphasized the need to organize more medical programs with an objective to enhance relation between RIMS and the people and also to improve the credibility of the medical institution. Also taking part at the event, Chairman cum Managing Director of CJ Hospital and Research Institute, Dr. Palin, maintained that plastic surgery was initially performed on patients burnt by acid or those who were victims of accident with the intention of restoring the affected areas to their former self. However, in modern times, plastic surgery is performed purely based on aesthetic and superficial reasons. A free corrective surgery camp for post-burn deformities patients was also held as a part of the program.
And particularly for burns, there is going to be one burn center is going to come up in the RIMS, and we are working out very hard, and we have already tender process is already over. So one separate new building will be coming up. This is one of the few departments we started MCS course, and RIMS is one of the few institutes in the Northeast having the MCS in the plastic surgery.
For the information of the public, it may be because of thermal burn, it may be because of the acid or alkali, it can be because of the electrical burn, and most of the, as Professor G.N. Sharma has pointed out in the 35 years back, most of the burns are preventable. For our CJ Hospital, we are doing a free consultation for 1 week to mark the National Plastic Surgery up to 23rd for all the patients of reconstructive as well as cosmetic.
Local surrounding people of Manipur University, Kansipur, in association with organization in the area, held a public meeting in connection with the Manipur University crisis at Kagwa Community Hall today. In order to carry out an impartial investigation on the allegations charged against Vichy, participants at the meeting took 6 different resolutions, which includes pressurizing the center and the state to form a committee headed by a retired High Court judge to conduct judicial inquiry against the VC in the place of the one which is headed by University Grand Commission officer, and appointment of an acting VC at the earliest. Senior citizens, including representatives of political parties, civil society organization, Students' Union of Manipur University, Teachers and Staffs Association attended the discussion meet. The attendees maintained that the VC still remains in defiance of the charges against him instead of summoning a joint meeting to clarify the allegations. They also hinted suspicion that both the center and the state are siding with the VC amidst the crisis. Following the HRD Ministry's order of probing into the issue, they stressed the need of forming a committee headed by a retired High Court judge to conduct a fair trial without any prejudice. The discussion meet was moderated by veteran politician O. Joy and co-moderated by retired Professor Sadananda.
Executive Council by circulation of files, by circulation meeting the way. Executive Council is the man here. I am the Kaluga, that the name of the pony. Otherwise, me come in by circulation of files. See, Kari administration. Mahasi Aham, Magi Pandagi, Lotok Dana. I go inquiry to the Anagati, that will be bias inquiry. First, he must be removed from his chair.
A Chomin talk is in Toraka Libase, Masilo Hanana, Prazana, Port Kimating Loraga, Loisan Hansi, Naturally, Government of India, the Hydro di Tararoi, Commission of Inquiry in 1950 to the Commission of Semu, Yaroi. the government of Manipur Central University
People organized sit-in protests in many areas of Imphal city in support of the movement undertaken by Musu, Muta and Musha in their demand of ousting the Vice-Chancellor from Manipur University. Members of Samaj Tembang Lok Community Development Society and Uripok Sorbon Thingel at Uripok Achom Laikai and members of United Clubs IMC Ward No. 4 at Rims Road, including large numbers of Maira Paibi members, staged sit-in protest. Protesters maintain that the situation will have been curtailed to a great extent if the centre and the state intervened earlier and took prior precautions. Implying the lack of faith in the inquiring committee, which is not an independent body, the protesters stated that it will be prudent to form another committee headed by a retired High Court judge to investigate the Vice-Chancellor charges without any prejudice.
Ministry of Human Resource Development is inquiry committee independent inquiry independent yaragadi judicial inquiry gumbama retired high court judge gumbama natra retired high court chief justice gumbama taraga fact finding inquiry fajana puthuaga BC gi mataka sidiba maral mayam si asumba langlan langjuno phangmangam gani democratic oiba asumba da yumpham oiba democratic movement sangsil bukhudimak ko United Club society gi dekoi mating pangjagani support okjagani.
People's Action for National Democratic Movement Pandam in a press release asserted that the reputation of Manipur University, which is the most sacred educational institution in Manipur, should not be tainted due to an inefficient Vice-Chancellor like Adya Prasad Pandey. The release further urged the government to act in accordance to the wishes of the people and removed the Vice-Chancellor without further delay. Manipur Pradesh Youth Congress Committee has condemned the government's indifference regarding the border dispute and the Manipur University crisis and assured that the Youth Committee will give its best efforts to counter them. In relation to the various issues prevalent in the state, President of the Youth Committee Amir Hussain stated that the committee, including National Youth President Keshav Chand Yadav, will organize a bike rally in Imphal city on 17 of July. Speaking to media person at Congress Bhavan in BT Road today, Amir Hussain maintained that the Congress party, including Youth Congress Committee, have been fighting to protect the territorial integrity of the state for many years and that members of the committee are even prepared to fight till death if the government continues to remain indifferent to the matter. General Secretary of the committee, Bahadur Rahman, stated that the ongoing upheaval at Manipur University has adversely affected the lives of many students. He said, instead of resolving the issue and saving the career of the students, the government is only concerned in defending its office. The General Secretary further assured of extending all possible assistance from his side in protecting the career of the students. On the other hand, Vice President N.G. Dilip also questioned the motive of government in holding the assembly session for just 2 days when there are numerous issues to be discussed, including the Citizenship Amendment Bill 2016 and the ILP Bill.
July ki tarik 33 Laibokpopo numita Manipur Pradesh Youth Congress Committee sin jaduna iramdam kannaba khongchat ama chachagani hairiba khongchat asida National Indian Youth Congress ki President Sri Keshav Chand Yadav na luchingbiduna saru yagani Congress Party na matam pumbada Manipur ki ngamkhai kaidanaba honaduna lagli ngasi su Manipur ki ngamkhai kaibagi phibam laglabadi Congress ki karmi khudimagna iramdam kannaba katnaba sem saduna leiri
ngasi numit nifum ngani sure henjele phamsine hen important hoina khanduna leire satra gi punsi gi अखोगी मणिपुर खुनाई सिबु हयेंग तुंगी युम्बिरेल ओइदोरसिगी ना करिमबो खनबिद्रे फम कोनबना लुरेन लेरे मसी अखोई यारोय अखोई एनएसवाई अमदी मणिपुर यूथ कांग्रेस कमिटी ना खोंजंग चंगसल लेरानी तुमिन लेररोय अखोगी नेशनल प्रेसिडेंट लापगा अखोई रेडी चथगनी मखाता ना खोंजंग चंगसन
Manjit Lok became the eastern boundary of Kwatha Kuno after India gave away Cabo Valley to Burma in 1953. Kangleipak Kanbalop in a press release urged the government and relevant authorities to release related documents which authenticate the installation of border pillar number 81. The organization also appealed concerned departments and stakeholders to conduct re-survey in disputed areas of Molcham, Holenfai, Kwatha Kuno and Choro village. Street vendors stormed city police against the order issued by the government, granting them to carry out their business for a limited period. They also drew the attention of the Chief Minister not to restrict them from carrying out business in the initial areas until the government provide alternate marketplace. Speaking to media person, a street vendor of Alugali, Irapati, appealed to the government to sympathize and consider for the poor and allow the street vendors without carts to continue with their business until they are provided with a marketplace for the street vendors. She also drew the attention of the government to announce the vacant market sheds at Imakaitil as vending zone for street vendors. It may be mentioned that Chief Minister Biren, on his recent inspection visit to Kwanwan Imakaitil with an aim to make the Kaithil an iconic place of India, announced that street vendors will also be provided with proper marketplace at the earliest.
मन मसिंग यामे लेबाक से अदुना उपाय ले तबनीना कथेन सिना हिंगबना फारे खल्लकांदा पुनम कथेन सिदा सक्तार बंगातनी अदुदुना लेबाकना मसैसिदा इसिदा अयाब अमा पिबिदना मतम खरा अखोइना जगा अमा पिद्रिबाव फमहनबिरो नत्रगना मार्केट अहुंगी मथक्ता हांगिबे स्पेस सिंगसिदा संगहनबिरो अखोइ सरकारना पिरिबा मतमजे यानिंगदे नुंगदांगी अयुकी पुंग अहुम अनीदगी थोगलागा करिनो खोना तौदोरिसे मिनुंगसि लाइबियो लाइरब अखोइगिसु मिसंग जंगबियो सेमगी साइतगिसु अदगिदि मौतगी साइतगिसु
Kanglei Indigenous Martial Arts and Cultural Society organized a discussion program on prospects of Thangta education in Manipur at Government Dance College, Palace Compound today. The society claimed that the government has failed to recruit teachers who are experts in Thangta, even though the subject has been included in Bosum and Kosum syllabus. Stating that Thangta martial art embodies the rich culture of the state, they expressed discontentment that the government has failed to acknowledge that the art which not only helps in defending oneself in times of danger but also keeps the body fit and healthy. They urged the government and relevant authorities to recruit teachers for the same at the earliest. Members of Thangta syllabus of Manipur University of Culture, Dr. Laiktongjam Kogngang and Professor Dr. Paunam Gunindro, President of Indo-Japan Friendship Association, P.H. Nandakumar, and Assistant Professor Dr. Makinmani Mongsaba attended as a panelist of the discussion meet, moderated by Chairman of Ningthau Khongjam Khel Chandra Singh Charitable Trust and Tombi Raj. Speaking to Impact News, advisor of Kimax, Parijat, maintained that Thangta has been included in Bosum syllabus since 2013 and Kosum in 2017 to 18. However, the government has not recruited any professional experts in the field to educate the students. He said members of Kimax have been voluntarily teaching the students in 54 schools across the state. The society also warned of adopting various protests if the government fails to listen to their demands.
Kimax na school Yankai Marirom da Husiki Tambiri, a quick voluntary Tambiri. The voluntary Tambi Bahibisi Masi limitation Amakang Ajariba. Maka, a quick Tabat Torang City, Manipur Sargana, a quick was a happy raga, a quick school singer Sidida, Tang Tabu Subsi, a winner Tampan Kibasa, Manipur Sargagi Togdang, Oigadabani. I quick marks the quick Mang the Karigumakaka, Jelamaga. Akwegi makata badudi sarkarna tawbiro kadaba thawrangsing adu tawbiro na hajabani.
VDF Garden Association organized a sit-in at Dambol Bazaar, Bishnupur Forest Gate and Modern Fish Market Moirang in Bishnupur district as a part of the ongoing ceasework strike which started on 11th of this month. Speaking to media persons, Secretary of Apunba Nambol Mairapaibi, Laifrakpam Premila, drew the attention of relevant authorities to provide increment in salaries of VDF and urged them to sympathize with their burden of sustaining their families by the mere monthly income. She said the psychological anguish will one day lead the personnel to even commit suicide and warned of adopting various agitation if the government continues to remain indifferent to their demands. Protesters displayed various placards demanding the government to increase the VDF's income at the earliest, to sympathize with their woes and enable them to support their families and to stop harassing them. More than 300 members of VDF Garden Association participated the protest at Nambol Bazaar.
Makoida yamna interesting oina thabak tawriba BDF sing asida makoida piriba tulop sing asi government na asuki mati PE maramaduna imungi family singi mentally burden pubada awaba ma oi maramaduna aikhoigi Manipur government na athuba matamda BDF singi tulop sing asi khajitang hapkat pinaba haiduna aikhoigi family gi side gi thamjari.
Thoubal District VDF Welfare Association, under the aegis of All Manipur VDF Welfare Association, organized a public meeting at Thoubal Wangmataba Community Hall today. During the meeting, the association strongly condemned government's indifferent attitude towards the VDF demand to increase their monthly salary. They said VDF has been on a pen down and gun down strike since 11 July, demanding the government to give 75% of police, MR, IRB salary to the former. However, lamented that the government has failed to undertake any positive steps till date. Thoubal District VDF Welfare Association also warned of intensifying their agitation if the government continues to turn deaf ear to their demands. A study circle on science and literature was held at Government Dance College, Konung Lampak, organized by the Cultural Forum Manipur today. Speaking on the occasion, Professor of Chemistry Department, Manipur University, N. Rajamohan said there are numerous science fictions. He stated that the world is witnessing various changes with the advancement in technology as predicted by many great writers. Organization for Integrated Rural Development OIRD, in collaboration with Patsoi Tuliyaima Century Club Patsoi Part 3, distributed the 3rd Academic Excellence Award and 2nd Sports Merit Award today. Successful students of Class 10 and 12 Board Examination 2018 conducted by CBSE, BOSUM and COSUM were felicitated with gifts on the occasion. Speaking on the occasion, Patsoi MLA A.K. Mirabai advised the students not to use mobile phones at least till class 12 as it has its pros and cons. On the other hand, the MLA lamented that the authority concerned is indifferent to Manipur University crisis and appealed to resolve it at the earliest in consideration of the future of the students.
Education education qualification gold medalist international class I passed out the gold without education.
1-month 24th training on Moirang Parba tradition concluded at Iboyaima Shumanglila Shanglen Palace compound today. The training program was jointly organized by Manipur State Sumanglila Council and Theatre Mirror Imphal. Wife of Chief Minister Nongthoman Biren, Director of Art and Culture and Adaksha of Imphal East and Imphal West districts were among those present at the closing event. Resource persons and trainees were presented with certificates and gifts on the occasion. Radiant Fitness Center of RD Graphics Company was inaugurated at Palace Compound near City Convention today. Speaking at the event, proprietor N. Romeo stated that various facilities like sauna bath, steam bath will be provided at the center. He stated that the center also plans to include swimming pool, skating arena, etc. in the near future. Yambem Gobind of Manipur has claimed that he can break the Guinness World Record of 3.1 minutes elbow strike. He will be attempting for the Guinness World Record after a consent from Manipur Youth Affairs and Sports. Speaking to media person at Manipur Press Club today, Yambem Gobind said that 300 strikes in 3 minutes and 330 strikes in 1 minute are the current world record. He claimed that he can strike double times the world record. Gobind also maintained that he can set records in 1 minute diamond-shaped push-up, 1 minute knuckle push-up, 1 minute sit-up, 3 minute sit-up and knuckle diamond-shaped push-up. He stated that he has submitted relevant documents on the official website of Guinness World Record.
3 minute world record se Guinness of Records 300 ne leije ado 700 above ti thinjare aduga 1 minute na 330 lemne 340 above ti thille ado hauji khoina ngai je se kano dagi yasti approval ne sinumita sillo aduragi sinumita namaji aduragi witness ka gi loin pothoro ya habigi approval do ne khoi hauji ngai je.
And before we wrap up, let's take a look at the headlines once again. Desam alleges bosom of nepotism, reveals yet another irregularity in evaluation of HSLC examination 2018 paper. People remember naked protest by 12 Manipuri women in front of Kangla Gate against atrocities by security forces under AMSPA as Anti-Repression Day. And Regional Institute of Medical Sciences RIMS observes its National Plastic Surgery Day today. RIMS Director Professor A. Santa announces Burn Center will be opened shortly.